All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Two Tides Brewing Company, and they are out of Savannah, Georgia, and this is their Bumble. So they're calling this one a rhubarb, raspberry, a blackberry, and blueberry crumble, a sour, and in addition to the aforementioned 4 ingredients, it is also brewed with a touch of graham cracker and cinnamon. It comes in at 7% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just over 2 months old. I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Wes, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Wes hooked me up with. And he sent me 9 beers in total, 8 of which were unique, and 5 of them from Two Tides. And this is actually the final offering from said beer mail that I am reviewing. Did I save the best for last? I have no idea, but I want to give Wes a huge thanks for all of the beers he sent my way. I love that he sent me some more Two Tides because they are quickly becoming one of my favorite breweries in general, especially when it comes to the the hype / popular styles, the hazy hop forward beers, the fruited sours, the pastry styles. They do them extremely well. I know why a lot of people in Georgia enjoy their beer. So this sounds right in my wheelhouse. I love strawberry rhubarb pie. So this is like a mixed berry rhubarb crumble. So, you basically have the 3 berries, rhubarb, and then there's a little bit of graham cracker and cinnamon, 7%. Now, the last one that I cracked open from them, I did off camera over my sink. It gushed. The can was super tight. I pretty much knew it was going to happen. It was their Fluff Motif, the 6th anniversary edition. This is tight, but not super tight. I'm going to open it up. If it explodes, fuck my life, I guess. But it doesn't feel like it is, but we will see. So, and it's not. Nice. So we're going to give this a pour into the glass here. I'm going to try to go somewhat aggressive because I know this head's going to die out. Oh my God. So this just fucking, it sounded amazing. I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. It's pretty much, if you're talking about a fruited sour, like if you give me a mixed berry fruited sour of some sort, I usually love it. Throw in the rhubarb, throw in a little bit of graham cracker and cinnamon. You're giving me like, crumble pie kind of vibes all day, every day. So what does that look like, Val? That looks like some kind of fruit juice. It has this like purplish kind of magenta color. It had about a finger, maybe a finger and a half of this straight up light purple colored head, now displayed to a thin film because of all the adjuncts and everything. You can see the pectin and the fruit puree remnants all around the rim. Hold it up to the light. You can't see through that. It has the murky, turbid kind of vibe. Definitely a bunch of fruit puree and whatnot. So looks really nice. So let's get a nose. Holy fucking, something about fruited sours that have berries or like cherries usually win me over. To me, I'm getting more raspberry and blueberry than I am the blackberry. There is a little bit of like a tartness could be coming from the base beer, maybe that rhubarb. It kind of smells like a strawberry rhubarb if you replace a strawberry with like a raspberry and then some blueberry. But I am getting that like that crumble part. So it has that like flaky, almost like brown sugar-esque kind of graham cracker, cinnamon, but it's not over the top. It's just noticeable. It definitely smells like some sort of crumble or pie. Maybe even it has like a parfait kind of vibe as well. It smells really awesome. Like there's not much more to say about it. You get all of the different fruits in here. Then you get a little bit of the graham cracker and the cinnamon. It smells like pastry-esque, but not over the top because there is like a nice firm kind of like tart smell to it. Like it's going to have some kind of tartness, sourness. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Wes. Boys and girls. That's fucking delicious. Holy shit. You know what makes this delicious though? Not the 75 different adjuncts and purees and whatnot. I can actually taste the base beer, and this has 2 things going for it. Number 1, back of the jaw, almost got into that like puckering, like almost like lemon juice kind of puckering sensation. So this is, I'd say, firmly sour. Not over the top sour, firmly sour. And this is bone dry. And I think there was one other beer I had from them sour that was very dry. The problem I've always had with these, outside of people arguing with me whether or not they're beer, and at this point, like I've said in like the last 7,000 different reviews of these types of sours, these heavily fruited, smoothie, slushy sours, I don't give a shit if it's a beer or not, or like we argue about it. Yeah, a lot of these don't taste like beer, is what it is. Does this really taste like a beer? Not really. I mean, a little bit. But here's the thing. I'm getting a little bit of the beer, right? Because of that sourness, and I'm getting a little bit of like a doughy kind of malty sensation. So I feel that is the base malt. However, what's really helping this out is the fact that it's firmly sour and it's firmly dry. And a lot of these just lean way too sweet. And then after 4 or 5 ounces, I'm just like, I want to move something else because it's just way too sweet. This does not have that issue after that first sip. It's fucking awesome. Body too isn't over the top. It's I'd say medium full, 7% smoothie sour. I'd say that's, a thinner than a lot of other breweries out there. Like, I drink a lot of Mortalis here in Froth, and usually they have thicker, creamier bodies. This is appropriate, kind of what I'm looking for if I wanted to drink this and not just take a couple sips and then, be done with it. I plan on drinking the rest of this, and that body not being like overly, it's not bogging down my palate because it's too thick and like syrupy, which I like. And then the mouthfeel, it's not like super soft, smooth, and creamy like a lot of them can be. It has like a moderate carbonation. There is a spritzy kind of feeling on the palate. It's kind of refreshing and kind of wakes up the palate too. It's smooth going down. It's not really soft or creamy, and I'm okay with that. Like, that's actually works in its favor. Like, it is what it is. I'm kind of into like the more refreshing sours at this point. The taste front to back, I would say it's definitely a mixed berry rhubarb pie, or in this case, a crumble. You get the graham cracker. The graham cracker and the cinnamon are kind of hit like for me on the finish. Up front, it's a lot of mostly raspberry and blueberry. Blackberry's getting kind of lost in here, but the raspberry and the blueberry are definitely shining. The rhubarb has a nice like tart kind of like floral aspect to it. That doughy malt character hits me at the forefront, dives into the palate. You really don't notice the rest of the way because everything else is over top of it, but it's nice to know, like, hey, it does have a little bit of a beer quality here. But the beauty about this one, like I said, on the palate, towards the finish, it just has a firm, like, this is bone dry, and it's firmly sour. And the acidity is not too much either. Like, a lot of times these can be way too acidic. This is not overly acidic. This just has a beautiful fruit character without being too like, I don't feel like this is heartburn inducing or like acid reflux inducing, which I give it brownie points for that. One more sip and we're gonna lock in a rating. 7%. Like, I can tell it's probably in that like 6, 7, 8% realm because of the fact that it looks like this, it tastes like this, but no alcohol in the palate. You can't even taste it. And more brownie points. This is gluten-free, so if you're somebody who struggles with gluten and you want to try something like this, you can do so. Yeah, I mean, it has a nice sweetness up front, but unlike a lot of other beers within this style, there's stuff to actually break up the monotony of the sweetness. There's characteristics, there's notes, there's qualities that say, hey, you're not just going to be a sweet, pastry-esque bomb of a beer. We're gonna give you a firm dryness. We're gonna give you a firm sourness, and we're gonna make it slightly acidic, and it's gonna balance everything out. This is fantastic. Not my favorite, smoothie, slushy, heavily fruited sour of all time or anything, but this might be one of the best I've had this year. This is fucking phenomenal. It's exactly what the picture would indicate and what they talk about. Another fucking just gem from Two Tides when it comes, like, this is what I would say. If you are in and around Savannah and you can head to their brewery or pick up some of their beer, definitely start with the heavily fruited sours if that's your jam. Like, definitely start with them. Every one I've had has been pretty fucking good. Their pastry stouts are great. I've had one or maybe 2 IPAs. They were pretty solid. I would like to try like other stuff from them if they do other styles, because as far as like the hyped popular styles go, they're killing it and they're doing a fantastic job. So Bumble, from Two Tides, I have no issues whatsoever giving this a high 4.75. I'm going to go 4.8. This is fucking phenomenal. Thank you, Wes, for all the beers. But not only did this not explode, but it's exactly what I kind of want out of this. The only thing saving it from getting a 5 for me is the lack of blackberry. I get no blackberry, which is a bummer because I love blackberry. It's mostly raspberry and blueberry. And I think that's probably it. So, knock it down from a 5 to a 4.8. But regardless, this is fucking an amazing beer for what this style is supposed to be. Anyway, price point and availability, $17 a 4-pack. Wes said I did the conversion rate. If this was in a 4-pack of 16 fluid ounce cans, it'd be around $22.50 a 4-pack. So that's a lot cheaper than what you see here in the West Sherrick area from Mortalis and Froth and breweries like that. They're typically $25 a 4-pack. So that's a fine price point for what they are. Whether you're willing to pay that, to each their own. And I love that they're in the slim cans now, because I would have it'd be much easier to take down a 12-ounce can of this than it would be a 16-ounce can in general with these beers. I prefer like 8 ounces, but this, no issues taking this one down. And availability, like I said, it's Two Tides. I'm pretty sure they get in and around Georgia, but I don't know how far like something like this would reach outside of the brewery. I just know that they make fantastic beer, and if you can get your hands on Two Tides stuff, do so. So once again, huge thanks to Wes for another awesome box of Georgia beers. It was a lot of fun trying them out. A couple gems in there from other breweries that aren't Two Tides, but then also a couple amazing beers from Two Tides. Everything he sent me from Two Tides this year has been pretty fucking fantastic, and I think this is my favorite of the bunch. It's just amazing. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. If you've had this beer before, post the comment section. If not, what's your favorite as far as like a fruited sour goes in this realm? I'm not talking about, you know, like a Goza or Berliner Weiss. I'm talking like a heavily fruited smoothie slushy sour. Post in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite is. Maybe I can get my hands on it and review it at some point. But this is up there with one of my favorites so far this year. You know, we're through 7 months. We're now in August. And yeah, pretty amazing. Anyway, appreciate it. To the next one. Cheers.